Hello and welcome to Real Reviews. My name is Jameson Rabbit, and I'm joined today by a man who struck out in T-ball. His name is Mike Roth.
True story.
Yeah?
I was very young.
Yeah?
I just
Corkscrewed yourself right into the ground?
I'm not known for hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm a watcher, not a doer.
Attaboy, Michael. This week, we have several movies on the marquee. So let's jump into the first one, the big movie of the weekend, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. The fifth installment of the Mission Impossible franchise. This one, we bring back the crew. When we bring back some familiar faces from earlier in the franchise. We, of course, have Tom Cruise coming in as Ethan Hunt. We have Ving Rhames comes back to the franchise after take some time off. Simon Pegg, Jeremy Renner.
Ving wasn't in all of them?
He was not in Ghost Protocol, no.
Really?
That's why they make the joke about how he quit the team. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. We add Alec Baldwin as the head of the CIA.
Yeah.
We also have Rebecca Ferguson as the femme fatale / possible love interest. And Sean Harris playing Solomon Lane. He's our bad guy in this movie.
Yeah.
And the setup for this movie is basically that the Mission Impossible Force, IMF, they are battling this shadowy organization called the Syndicate. This movie, we brought in director Christopher McQuarrie on this one, who has done a lot of great movies. He worked with Tom Cruise previously on Jack Reacher, Edge of Tomorrow, good movies that he's done recently. And it's basically the Syndicate is this shadow organization that nobody believes exists. They are the anti-IMF.
Yeah.
They're out to take down the IMF. And the Mission Impossible team is disavowed by the United States government, so they've got to go rogue and try and fight. And it's your typical, it is everything that you would get to expect from the Mission Impossible franchise. Huge set pieces, beautiful landscapes, crazy action.
Everything is going to go to pot if they don't save the day.
Yeah. And it's they always have to up the physicality of what Tom Cruise has to do.
Oh, yeah. And Tom Cruise, if you don't know this, I think he works this into even his goodnight to his kids. Yeah. He does his own stunts.
He's 53 years old and does his own stunts.
Yeah, and he only was injured 6 times during the filming of this movie.
He's pretty great.
He's pretty good.
The scene that you see in the trailers and such of him on the side of the plane as it takes off, we open the movie with that. That's an adrenaline rush to start a movie with.
And I guess him and Simon Pegg perform all their own driving stunts. I knew
really?
I knew Tom Cruise, he does his own
driving
everything.
Stunts. He's not going to let anybody step in.
Ever since he had his big race car movie.
The Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Nah, I have never seen it.
That's a good movie.
But Simon Pegg, I was really surprised that he was doing his own driving stunts.
He can only do it from the other side of the car, though.
Yeah.
Because he's British.
Oh.
Yeah. But this movie, I kind of enjoy that they gave Simon Pegg more to do.
Yeah.
Normally he is, and he jokes about it in this Mission Impossible, that he always gets to travel the world and see it from inside of a closet through a computer screen because he is the tech guy. Yeah. And he's usually stuck somewhere trying to take alarms down, switch cameras, whatever. This one, he's running side by side with Tom Cruise's character through a good chunk of the movie. Get some real action in there.
I really did enjoy, Tom Cruise is your headliner. He's the main guy, but they gave the other characters in the movie some special props. So they actually seemed more involved than I've seen, in the other movies.
Yeah, it's a lot of times they will get kind of caught up as just guys who are setting things up so that Ethan Hunt can go in and do the damage and get the glory. This one also has the femme fatale played by Rebecca Ferguson, who you're not sure where she stands in this, with the Syndicate, against the Syndicate, how she's working into it. I thought she was very interesting. Her character was interesting, as a bit of a mystery agent, I guess.
Yeah.
The villain. Let's talk about the villain, played by Sean Harris. The villain, Solomon Lane. Doesn't look like the most nefarious type of guy. Does not look intimidating at all.
Yeah.
But it is his goal to take down the entire organization. What did you think about him?
Actually, he played it pretty good, I thought. He originally wasn't going to be the villain. I believe it was Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, he was going to be the
Ooh,
villain.
man,
that
that'd
would
be-
have been really good.
Still, hey, stay tuned. We might get that still.
But I really did enjoy the character. I don't think you need someone extreme. I think you need someone kind of reserved. It gives them that extra creepy psychopath type feel. And yeah, if you're talking about creepy, he did it.
He did do it, and that's the one thing I like about this franchise is it's not physicality. I think the best villain in this entire franchise has been Philip Seymour Hoffman's villain in Mission Impossible 3. He was menacing. Now,
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, one of our greatest actors, rest in peace, but he played it like, yeah, I'm not going to fight you hand to hand. That's not me.
Yeah.
I'm going to outsmart you. I'm going to use your muscle against you. And I thought this guy did it kind of the same way.
Yeah.
It was pretty effective. I dug Alec Baldwin. You can put Alec Baldwin in anything. I'm happy.
And I really liked him and Jeremy Renner. So
Yeah.
they working together. I thought it was hilarious. Another part of the movie that I really enjoyed, some backstory. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, overall, what did you think of the Mission Impossible Rogue Nation?
I like the stunts. I like the characters. I thought it was slow at many times. It felt longer than it really was. But it still was a good movie. I gave it a 3.
There you go.
I can't tell you anything more. I enjoyed myself.
Good. Yeah, no. I really enjoyed it. The last installment, Ghost Protocol, was my favorite of the franchise. I thought it was the high watermark for the Mission Impossible movies. And this, I thought, was close to it. Wasn't quite as good for me. I agree. There were the timing in the movie was a little rocky at points, but it was a lot of fun. These movies deliver on the action, though.
Do you think if it was a standalone movie and you did not see any of the Mission Impossibles before that, you would have enjoyed this more?
I think so.
Really?
Well, maybe not more. I don't know.
Sometimes I have that problem. It happened with Jurassic Park also. I compare it to my favorites in the past. Therefore, the score gets dropped. I still
Hey,
enjoyed it, but
keep that thought in your mind in a minute. But I still really enjoyed it. I thought it delivered on its promise. It delivers on crazy action, crazy stunts, cool locations, inventive things. And so I gave it
more Simon Pegg.
Right. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was great. And it opened up with $56 million opening weekend. So we're pretty much guaranteed to keep going forward with this franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a cool thing.
How long do you think Tom Cruise can do it? I mean,
Forever.
he got injured 6 times. Now, I'm sure they're not all huge injuries, but eventually Jackie Chan had to hang it up. And that guy was way crazy
Tom Cruise
good.
does nothing but deliver, though. He is the goods in Hollywood.
You notice the tooth is not centered.
That's always been that way. Go watch Outsiders. Check out those fangs he's got in that. But we both highly recommend Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. It is a good time. Mike, the second movie that we have on the Real Reviews marquee this week,
Well,
what do you have?
This has got a lot of mixed views from a lot of people. I personally enjoyed it. Let's go into it.
Let's
It's
do it.
Vacation. It is another sequel from the National Lampoon's franchise, Vacation. This is the first one that did not star Clark Griswold, but Rusty. If you know the movies pretty well, it doesn't really matter who plays Rusty.
Right.
It's different every time. This is the 6th different Rusty, played by Ed Helms. He decides he's going to recreate the original Vacation. That's a joke that's right away in the movie. You'll find out if you watch it. So he takes his vacation, his kids on vacation to Wally World. They get into a horrible-looking cruiser, just like the
Family Truckster.
Yeah, Family Truckster. And they're pretty much recreating the first Vacation movie, but it stands alone as its own movie, like they will tell you in the movie.
They try and convince you of that. They sure do.
Ed Helms, Rusty, he goes off, he visits his sister and her husband, as you can see in this scene. Unless you are listening to this on radio, then you cannot see it. You just got to trust me. There is a trailer. And they go to, it looks like water rafting, and then eventually they get to Wally. It's a vacation
They stop
movie.
off. They
Yeah.
see Clark and Ellen
If
for a
you are
minute.
familiar-
So you get the cameo.
If you're familiar with a National Lampoon's movie, this is what it is. It's constant gags, nothing really highbrow. And National Lampoon, every single one of its movies is lowbrow humor.
Right.
But
That's Chevy Chase's career.
and really, National Lampoon's movie franchise have been just falling into the dirt direct-to-video releases. I think this is the first one that came out in a while, and I think this one is stronger than a lot of their
Then the
stuff
direct-to
that they had in the past.
directed video. That's not even. That's just National Lampoon stuff. That's like. That's not part of the franchise.
The way it's all set up, all it is crass humor, joke after joke, and try to have you enjoy the ride until the end. You're not supposed to learn anything. You're not supposed to
No.
feel sympathy really for anybody. You're just supposed to enjoy the ride. And this really had a lot of events that went on. It didn't seem too quirky about how they got to one stop from another. It
No, they
wasn't
didn't
like
care.
Tammy, where it was like, why are they even doing this?
Everything in this movie, though, was the quick and easy joke. The most obvious joke, we're going to go with that. And we're going to hammer that joke for minutes on end. It was the thing that I love about the Vacation franchise
Yeah.
is, one way or another, it's family accessible, right?
No.
Yes, it is. I've shown every one of those movies to my kids and have no issue with it because outside of Clark's one blow up in every movie where he drops the F-bomb and you know that's coming, the movies are, for the most part, family movies.
Well, not really.
I watched them when I was 7, 8 years old. I show them to my 8, 10 years old kids. No issues with that. This movie, no chance that I would show this to anyone that was a child because this movie starts out full of obscenities. The children are screaming obscenities. The movie feels like it's written by an 8-year-old who just learned his first swear word. It's poop jokes, it's puke jokes, it's genital jokes through the entire movie.
Well, that's pretty much what the Vacations are. The first one, you had incest, you had adultery, you had...
But it's not hammered away for 10 minutes at a time, Mike.
No.
It's family humor with things sprinkled in. This is not. This is an 8-year-old kid screaming the F word through the entire movie at you. This is literally seeing a dude's genitals hanging out, and we're going to focus on that for a 5-minute scene.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein wrote this movie.
Yes.
These guys are going to be writing the new Spider-Man movie. This is what the
Okay.
hands of Spider-Man is these two clowns.
All right.
It's just
If you could want to make an argument about that, that's fine.
the
but
movie is written horribly. The thing is that the characters are written bad. The charm of the Vacation franchise is that Clark is a big-hearted, bumbling idiot who means well and just wants to be the family man. And his entire family is smarter than him and trying to keep him out of his own way.
Yeah.
This movie, they're all idiots. I hated everybody. There's no chemistry between the family.
Well, not really. It depends on which vacation movie you're watching, but it always seemed like Clark was a bumbling idiot.
This movie is
and-
asking you to compare it to the original Vacation. It is setting it up. You want me to compare you to Vacation? Let's compare you to Vacation. You want apples and apples? Let's have apples and apples. This movie sucks.
Well, I think what they were saying in the beginning is they were going to make the comparison to the other Vacations because everybody's going to do that anyways.
Well,
That's
so
the
then
reason why they
don't
made
title
the
it
joke.
Vacation. Don't make this the Griswolds. Make it a different family, an R-rated family road trip movie. And then, yeah, people are going to compare it to Vacation. Don't tell me to compare it to Vacation because you're not going to like the results.
No, I don't think they were
Make
asking.
yourself a whole different family, much like We're the Millers, R-rated family road trip. Great.
But-
Don't ask me to compare you to something that's good and then give me schlop and say, what do you think?
But they gave the same formula as they did for. I don't understand how you said that the other movies were family friendly because I really don't see
Because
them.
they are.
They-
The difference is in Vacation.
Yeah.
The joke is, oh, the dog peed on the sandwiches. In this movie, it's a 10-minute scene of we're bathing in crap. Let's show it.
Yeah.
In Vacations, you have, they reference they're looking at nudie magazines. In this movie, you get a 5-minute scene of a dude's dong.
But you did see
it's apples and oranges.
You did see the wife's breast in the first one.
Yeah.
You also
Fleetingly, yes.
you
But these are 5-second scenes.
True, but it's over and over again. They mention so much
It's
stuff.
a
I'm
family
not going to
movie.
mention it all right
Is
now.
Vacation rated R? Is the first
Yes.
Vacation movie rated R?
Yes.
I don't think it is.
Yes. The
Is
first two are rated R, and then it goes PG-13, PG-13.
They are much more family movies. So you're telling me you would show this movie to an 8-year-old kid, a 10-year-old kid?
No, but I wouldn't show the first two either, and questionable even on Christmas Vacation, because it's a great movie, but
Now you're losing it.
but it is
No.
not really family friendly. It's extremely funny, but I wouldn't say I would show my 8-year-old.
I would have preferred catching up with Cousin Eddie and his living his crazy Unabomber shack right now to watching this movie. This movie is not a vacation
Well,
movie.
Randy
in
Quaid
any
can't
sense.
come back to the United States right
This
now.
movie should not. This should go right with the directed DVDs.
Nah,
should go right with Cousin Eddie's Island.
I think no.
Yes!
I think it had its place. I thought they followed the formula very well of the vacation movies.
It's just a road trip movie. The vacation movie didn't create the road trip movie.
Well, you needed to have vacation in it to
But
understand
that
why
was
Rusty
just-
would want to go
that
to
was
Wally
just
World
used as a
and stuff.
plot device, just to get to the cameo of Clark and Ellen, and then ultimately, because nothing else mattered, it was just going from this to that, and then it's like, oh, look, there's Clark and Ellen, and looking horrible, by the way.
Yeah.
And then, oh, Wally World, great.
Yeah.
There's no charm to this movie. There's charm to the original. There is none to this movie.
I think you are more in love with the Clark Griswold character and not really.
Did Rusty? He was horrible. Ed Helms. I love Ed Helms.
Yeah.
He was terrible. There was no chemistry between him and Christina Applegate.
Well, no.
The kids were awful. I would have thrown them out of the car at one point. I mean, there was nothing there. I would have taken the worst of Rusty and the worst of Audrey from the originals. Pick your poison on which ones collaborate the worst of the two that you want. I'll take them in this movie over these two kids.
I would just highly disagree with you. Highly.
It's insane. And this movie, the box office proved it out. This movie tanked at the box office.
But it's
we
also
will not be getting any more of these movies.
It's also competing against some heavy
one
hitters
movie.
also.
Just one movie.
Well, you got all the summer blockbusters that are coming.
It came out second, but it lost by $40 million to that. We will not be having to worry about seeing any more of these vacation movies in this incarnation. And for that, I am thankful. I gave Vacation 1 star. It is a generous 1 star. It's a horrible movie.
I gave it 3. I enjoyed it. I thought it followed suit with the vacation movies. And I really don't think any of the vacation movies are family films. No,
They are.
They're not.
They are.
No.
You've never shown Christmas Vacation to your kids.
I did when they're older.
Oh!
It's not
What
a
in
family
that is
movie.
not family friendly? We have to move on, but
Okay.
be it here or there, if you want to weigh in on this topic, are the vacation movies family friendly or not? Go onto our Facebook page, Real Reviews TV. Go onto Twitter @Real Reviews TV. Let Mike know whether he's right or wrong.
But-
I have my opinion.
But I'm right.
Moving on. We have our indie spotlight this week. The first time we've gone into this, Mike, we have a little indie movie that I want to talk about in this week's indie spotlight, and that is called Love is Blind. Love is Blind is written and directed by Joseph Faltersack. It is his debut, his feature film debut. We've got a little bit of loco flair here in it. And Love is Blind is a little movie starring Justin Rose as a guy named Ben, Kelly Curran as a lady named Allison, and they break up. They've been dating, they're madly in love, they break up. She is heartbroken. Ben, not so much. So she decides, maybe there's a way I could win Ben back. Maybe I could pretend to be somebody else and win him back. How does
that
this work,
works.
you say? Well, Ben is blind. Oh. So she decides, if I just start pretending to be other people, maybe I can fool him into loving me. She goes to meet this Professor Nolan Gallagher, played by I'm sorry with his name, Rocco Garadala. And he is a theater professor, and he is trying to help her develop characters that maybe can win Ben back. And the interplay between them is great. They are hilarious scenes. Professor Gallagher steals scenes every time he's in them. The guy's great. Allison has a roommate, Jennifer, played by Serafina Ann, who is great too, who is offering her advice, and throughout the movie is becoming more and more just exasperated with her and her attempts. Like, just give the guy up. Is this worth all this? It's really fun. Really sweet character writing between all of these people. Kelly Curran was great playing Allison. it's a good time. It's really sweet. I mean, it's a fun little story. The music was great. It sounded good.
Curious, where can you find this?
This movie is currently on the festival circuit. It had its feature film debut here in town. And right now it's out on the festival circuit. The director, Joseph Faltersack, is hoping to get it out on like a Hulu, a Netflix, what have you, in the upcoming year after it kind of runs through the circuit. So it might be coming to a town near you, wherever that may be. If you do want to find out information about this or keep track of it or anything like that, you can find him on IMDb and on Facebook. Joseph Faltersack, his last name is Faltersack. And I recommend it. It's a fun movie. It's his directorial feature debut, and I think it was a good effort, and I really enjoyed it. Really, really well written. I'll give it that. So.
Well, if I ever have a festival that comes around again,
you need to make. I keep saying the Real Reviews Festival, man. That's what we need. The Real Reviews Film
awesome.
Festival, right?
I think we should have a live studio.
Next year might be the
also.
first annual one. I'm thinking about that. That would be a good time.
That would be cool.
All right, Michael. Moving on. Let's take a look back at our movie throwback for this week. We are going to go back to the year 2000.
That was a good year.
Yeah, coming off of vacation, we have another road trip movie, and that is Road Trip.
Yeah.
Starring a who's who of actors at the time that could lead a movie and no longer can. We have Breckin Meyer, Sean William Scott, Amy Smart, DJ Qualls, Tom Green, Paulo Costanzo. These guys were names back there.
Big name.
The Andy Dick. And it is Ithaca University.
Yeah.
We have a crew of guys living in the dorms, being all goofy. Tom Green is telling this story, basically.
And this is pretty much at the end of Tom Green's career.
Yeah.
And probably the highlight of his career was being a bit part in this movie.
Yeah, I forgot, like, Tom Green was huge at
He
this
was
time.
huge, and he sabotaged his own career.
Yeah.
He made a movie starring himself.
Freddie got fingered.
Which was
Look
just
out.
a movie about destroying his own career, pretty much. But, yeah, this is a great, fun time.
Yeah, the guys go on a road trip because Breckin Meyer has accidentally sent a sex tape of him with Amy Smart to his current girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we got to beat the tape to her place. We have to get it back. Road trip time.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of craziness going on back at Ithaca with Tom Green because he doesn't join the road trip. And yeah, you forget that Sean William Scott at the time was huge.
He was huge.
He was Stifler.
He was huge for like 3 years, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
He did one really bad movie. What, The Goon? I think that was called.
And The Goon is good. I like that movie a lot. He did Dukes of Hazzard. That was his bad movie.
Oh yeah,
that?
that one
I
really.
liked Goon.
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard, not so much.
But either way, his career just kind of fell apart.
Yeah,
too, and
all of
for
these
no
guys
good
kind of.
explanation.
All of these guys were kind of like streaking comets. I mean,
Yeah.
Breckin Meyer could lead a movie for a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
That's not happening today.
And he had another one with Amy Smart also. He did
liked Amy
Rat
Smart.
Race. I actually enjoyed that movie.
Yep,
even though
that was-
no one
yeah.
else did.
Yeah, that's a
Mr.
good
Bean,
flick. Yes.
he had a word.
So, Road Trip is, it is basically your standard road trip movie.
Yes.
They don't try to break from the formula at all.
No.
No.
But they did it extremely well. It wasn't. There was good flow to it, good humor, very crass, not a family movie.
I really like DJ Qualls in this movie. He plays the super awkward guy in all of his
Yeah.
movies, and he pulls that off.
Isn't he still doing stuff? Didn't I see him in
He's
something recently?
in things now. He shows up like a lot of times he plays like the computer nerd.
Yeah, or the detective.
Yeah. But like in this and like the New Guy, another movie where he plays the same character,
that
the
was-
super awkward.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one
And he
either.
plays it well. And I enjoyed because he is kind of the butt of the majority of the jokes throughout the movie. He is the punchline for a lot of these, especially for Sean William Scott's character. Just keeps hammering at him.
Hey, you skin a cheetah?
Yeah.
Yeah, watch the movie. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, Road Trip it's a good time. Back in 2000.
Oh, we're
One of
lucky
our
that
most recent, I think it's our most recent throwback.
Do you ever think about 2000 and think how lucky we were to get movies like that? I mean, that Y2K bug was
Well,
supposed
right.
to wipe
I mean,
us
that
out.
could have wiped it out. We never could have got.
Exactly.
Man, would that have been a tragedy?
Well, luckily things weren't on hard drives back then. That was back when film was still used.
I believe I had this movie on VHS. Yeah, buddy. All right, let's take a look ahead at what is coming out the weekend of August 14th. We have 3 movies that'll be coming out that week. The first one is The Man from UNCLE. Mike, what's that spell?
Uncle.
There we go.
Based on the old-timey TV show.
Old-timey.
I'm looking forward to it. I think the styles looks really interesting. There's not too much action in the trailers. I'm hoping the trailers is not really...
Starring Henry Cavill, or as we know him as the Man of Steel.
Yep.
And Armie Hammer, as we know him as the Lone Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trailers don't do anything for me, and I'm guarded against this movie because I think Armie Hammer is America's most boring actor.
Well, I'm hoping
We'll
that
see. This has a Green Hornet feel to me.
I'm hoping this will have a little bit more style and substance than what the trailers are showing. I really didn't
Think they're holding back the good parts?
Yeah, when I went into Kingsman,
Yes.
I didn't know I was going to love it as much as I
Good
did.
point.
And I was
Good point.
really surprised. It was filled with style, and that was kind of part of it. They had good writing.
Hey,
that pushed
fingers
it over
crossed,
the
right?
edge.
We're always hoping for a good
That's
movie.
what I'm hoping, too.
Nobody likes sitting through bad movies. Except
No,
for you,
unless they're
obviously.
extremely bad. No, we are going to argue afterwards.
We can argue all day. The second movie coming out that week is Straight Outta Compton. Mike?
Looking forward to it.
I was going to finish that line, but I realized I can't on air. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
Straight Outta Compton is the rockumentary, the biopic.
Is it a rockumentary?
No, I just like that word.
Rapumentary.
I like that word. It is the biopic or biopic of the rap group NWA, and it looks pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Ice Cube's son playing his old man, playing the Papa Bear. I
Yeah.
like that. That's kind of cool. And you get Paul Giamatti playing their manager. He looks pretty great in this movie. And just the feel around. I've been kind of following this movie throughout its entire production. They've been trying to get it off the ground forever, and the casting and all this. It's been a pretty wild ride. And the trailer really sells me on this.
I'm looking forward to it. We actually have not had a rockumentary since James Brown, which was over a year ago.
Get on up. I would rewatch that one.
Yeah, that was all right.
I'm
liked
hoping
it.
it's more Get On Up than
Jersey
Boys.
Jersey Boys.
Yeah, revisit that episode if you want to see two guys not liking a movie.
No.
Go back and watch that Jersey
I
Boys
still
episode.
remember the sleeping people in that theater.
The last movie that we have coming out the weekend of August 14th is Underdogs. It is an animated movie about what if your foosball table came to life to help you win the
Soccer
heart
or
of a
foosball.
girl. I can't quite place what's
Well,
going on.
it looks like the evil guy was really good at foosball,
But he got
and
beat.
somehow he had the intelligence to capture a town and force them to
He
play.
bought the town because he went off and became a successful soccer player.
But he put a dome over it so no one
Right.
could leave. Either way, that's how excited I am. We'll figure it out.
If you're way into foosball, check it out, or soccer. It looks it looks like an animated movie to me.
Not a good one.
I'm just saying. I'm just stating the obvious. It looks animated.
It is very
not gonna-
animated. There
I'm
are a lot of
I'm reserving all judgment on
high contrast
Underdogs.
colors.
Yep, no doubt. Before we go, of course, we would like to thank our sponsor, Marcus Theaters, specifically the Palace Cinema here in beautiful Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Thank you for sponsoring the show. We do appreciate it. We highly recommend you go and check out a movie in the Palace. Enjoy some of those luxury dream lounger seats.
They're
They
nice.
are incredible. Again, if you would like to find more from us, if you'd like to get a hold of us, if you'd like to give your opinion on any of these movies or anything else, you can do so by finding us on Facebook. Search Real Reviews TV, that'll find us. Also on Twitter, you can follow us there at Real Reviews TV. You can find our episodes on YouTube.
On YouTube, you type in Real Reviews and one of our names, or K-Sun, or whatever.
Real
You can
Reviews
also
K-Sun
find us,
gets you right on us.
You could find us randomly on our brand new radio station,
103.5.
So that's Sun Prairie for people who are watching us in different states.
Welcome.
Don't tune to that station. I have no idea what's on it. You're not going to hear us.
And if you want to find any of our other back episodes, we've episodes going back quite a ways now, year and a half at least. You can go on to ksun.tv and you can find anything there from us or from any of the other shows on this network. But until next week, sir, my name is Jameson.
I'm Mike Roth.
Thanks for watching.